Yeah, Shep, the panel was a lot more divided on the recommendation than its vote would imply. It came down to how these 18 medical experts viewed the benefit-risk trade-off for the vaccine for kids in this age group. The benefits, 91% efficacy in preventing cases of COVID, potentially helping approach herd immunity and reducing transmission, and allowing kids to get back to school and life in a more normal way. The risks, mainly myocarditis, the heart inflammation that emerged as a rare side effect following the second dose of Pfizer and Moderna's vaccines, predominantly in young men. For younger kids, the risk is unknown. The committee noted the cases seen in older people tended to be mild and resolve on their own, and suggested the risk may be lower in this age group. For one reason, the dose is a third of what's given to adults and kids over 12. But the group grappled with those uncertainties. Another point that came up is the number of kids who may have already had the virus and whether they need 2 shots of the vaccine. A CDC study suggested as many as 40% of kids between 5 and 11 had antibodies for the virus in May and June, up from just 13% at the end of last year, suggesting 6 times as many kids may have been infected as has been reported. Given all of that, some committee members suggested narrowing the recommendation to just kids at high risk of bad outcomes. But the FDA pushed back to keep the vote broad. And ultimately, the committee sided with giving parents the choice of whether to vaccinate their kids. One committee member also brought up a concern that a broad recommendation and authorization could lead to states mandating the vaccine for kids to go to school. The FDA's head of vaccine reviewing, Dr. Peter Marks, though, pointed out the agency is weighing emergency use authorization for this age group, not full approval, and said it would be unlikely the vaccine would be mandated before it's fully approved. Shep?